Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy D-Lord, and welcome back to another episode of our Washington Redskins Madden 20 Connected franchise series. So, season number 2 is officially over. We are now heading into the offseason, preparing for season number 3. We had a great regular season, but unfortunately, we did lose in the NFC Championship game. So, before we go into re-signings and free agency, all that good stuff, let's take a look at who decided to call it a career and who decided to retire. So we'll go ahead and look at the retired players, and right away you see Big Ben Roethlisberger decided to hang it up after 17 seasons in the NFL. Jimmy Graham, he is going to retire. Emmanuel Sanders, he was just playing in the Pro Bowl for the Seahawks. He is going to go ahead and retire. Glover Quinn is gone. Jared Cook is gone. Eric Weddle is retiring. Both of the McCourtys, Jason and Devin, they're both going to retire. Looks like Jason McCourty was actually a free agent when he retired. Calais Campbell is going to retire. Sean Lee retiring as a New York Giant. Alex Mack is going to retire. Adam Vinatieri, after 25 years. Just let that sink in, man. After 25 seasons, Adam Vinatieri is going to retire. So a lot of guys decided to hang it up. Now, some of you guys pointed out in the last episode something that went over my head, something I did not see at all. Derrius Guice is an X factor. This came seemingly out of nowhere, and when you look at the progression history, it's basically at the same time he was named the rushing leader in the NFL. His legacy, his XP, all of that went up, and his development traits increased. So he is an X factor now at an 84 overall, +2 with the morale, and he got first one free. That is his X factor ability. And then once he gets one upgrade, just one upgrade, he will unlock Bulldozer, which will give him more powerful truck animations, which is pretty cool. And then once he gets to a 90 overall, he will gain another ability. But Derrius Guice looks very, very solid. Now, the only bad part is he's 24. So he's still young. We're still going to use him. He's still going to progress over the next few seasons. However, look at that contract. He has one season left at the very, very generous $1.4 million. We're definitely getting a great deal there. But $1.4 million towards the salary. He does have a 1.38 bonus. But that's it. We're going to have to re-sign Derrius Guice. And now being an X Factor, now leading the league in rushing, we are going to have to decide how much we're going to want to pay for Derrius Guice. So we don't want to think too much into the future, but that is something that we do have to prepare for. We still have Dwayne Haskins Jr., who is a star development. Hopefully he could get an upgrade at some point, but he's looking very, very solid. So we'll go ahead and see who we want to re-sign, if anybody. I did show this in the Pro Bowl video because we're going to so broke. Let's go to team salaries. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so it's not as bad as I initially thought. So $19 million in cap space is what we technically have. I don't know why it's showing 4. Alex Smith, though, is the main reason we're paying this man $24 million this year, $26 million next year. The only reason I don't think we should release the guy is because that's a $27 million bonus. So if we released him, we'll free up $13 million in cap space, but we'll get an $11 million cap hit. That is something that it's going to be hard for us to try to trade Alex Smith, man. Especially at this point, he is a 64 overall. We needed the guy to retire, but collecting those checks, I don't think he's going to do that, of course. Well, he didn't retire, so clearly he's going to be getting $24 million this year. We'll try to move him for like anything, but I doubt that's really going to happen. We're paying AJ Green. Of course, he has 1 year left on his deal with us. Landon Collins deserves every penny he is getting. Trent Williams is doing very, very solid for us left tackle. He deserves every penny he's getting. Ronald Darby, we had to pay him, but that was more out of desperation because we just needed a cornerback last season. Brandon Scherf, Paul Richardson getting $10 million, which is a little bit high. Morgan Moses. So Mo, you know, we may have to let him go after his contract, but we're not going to release him right now. We had to pay Ryan Kerrigan. He's a 78 overall, but we just needed to ensure that we got another outside linebacker, and he's a Redskins guy for life, right? So we had to pay for him to really stay here. We were hoping he would retire at some point. Jordan Reed, he's earning all of that $9 million. He has 1 year left on his deal. So, I mean, we're not overpaying a ton of people. Aqib Talib, yes, we overpaying Aqib Talib now at a 72 overall. So, a big regression there. He's making $5 million. If we release him, what will be the cap hit for Aqib Talib? Basically, yeah, it's a lot. So, yeah, we're not we're not going to do that either. So, I just don't want to pay the guy that much money and he not even be on the team. So, yeah, we're definitely balling on a budget this offseason. So, with that said, I still do want Trae Waynes back. But that, of course, is going to be a lot of money. So, we'll offer him slightly less. Let's see if he takes it. He probably won't. He will. Bam. So, we do get Trae Waynes back. But everybody else, Aqib Talib is gone. Yeah, we're gonna everybody else is not getting an extension. So all of these guys will be a free agents. We'll advance. We'll see who are free agents in the free agency stage. All right, guys. So we are here at free agency. It's not looking good. So showing $7.8 million. Really not a lot of top talent out there. Richard Sherman, but look at the price. He's demanding $14 million a season. The New York Giants are offering him the most, which is 80 points. So clearly he's not what he's exactly looking for. Marlon Mack, you have a couple of guys. Cooper Kupp's out there. Tevin Coleman, Leonard Fournette, too. In real life, is just personally one of my favorite running backs in the NFL. He's a free agent, but of course we have Darius Guice, so we're not going to do that at all. But really, I would say lackluster, more of a lackluster free agency period. Phillip Rivers is out there in Pittsburgh. You see, they are the top team right now. 25 million, basically 26 million for the 1 year. Looks like they're trying to replace Ben Roethlisberger already. You have guys like Greg Olsen who are out there. But like I said, really not a ton of guys. And then also, when we take a look at our team, we already have 52 players on our roster. So basically, we don't need to do much. So typically want to make all the splashy stuff happen in the off season, but I don't think so. I think this is more of a maintenance off season for us. So just we're going to try to trade Alex Smith. Trying to kind of fill some backup guys in here. The draft is going to be really important for us. That's mainly where we're going to get the talent in this off season. But we'll see. I'm just happy Darius Guice is an X Factor, man. That's definitely cool to see. But really, I don't know who we want to target out here. I mean, we could always use a backup guard. We have Brandon Scherff, and you see our backup right guard right there's a 51 overall. So maybe we could try to get one extremely cheap, like not even this $3 million. But then at the same time, we could just try to draft one of these guys. So maybe we'll offer, one of these guys who aren't asking for money at all. So Colby Gossett, I think that's his name. Let's offer him a 1 year deal. And let's lower this salary. He's not going to like this offer, but I don't think nobody else is going to offer him. Okay. Or I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, of course. We lost connection to the EA servers. That's never good. All right, guys. So the servers were down for like 20 minutes. So we're going to try to pick up exactly where we left off. Colby Gossett, I believe, is who we're going to try to go ahead and sign. So I lowered the salary, and we're going to offer him this deal. Hopefully it goes through. It does go through this time. So we do give him an offer. But what I think we're really going to do is just have that one offer out there. Advance the week. Let's hope and see maybe if we can get some type of deal from Alex Smith. I doubt it. If we do, we'll take it. If not, we'll try to do something else. So we do get Gossett to sign. So we do get a backup right guard, which now puts us to 53 guys on this roster. So we do get a right guard there. We are good with backups for the rest of our offensive line. So we'll go out there. No offers from Alex Smith, of course. Look at the trade block. Really a bunch of other bad quarterbacks, but we'll just see. Maybe we'll go out here and see if anybody has interest in Alex Smith. We'll try to figure out some type of trade scenario to get rid of Alex Smith if possible. So we're trying to trade Alex Smith for Minshew. I doubt that's going to happen. Wow, it does. So we trade Alex Smith. We get Minshew back. Just another quarterback, but we didn't need Alex Smith. So I guess for Jacksonville, you get a veteran quarterback. We get a young guy who could just fill as a backup for us. All right, so looking at the salary now, the $11 million cap hit we just absorb, but it's only for this year. So next season, we won't have that penalty. We do clear up some cap space, so that does help us out, get us out of that tight spot that we were in. Still, with that said, though, there are not a lot of free agents that we definitely want to go after. You see, we're at $18 million now in total cap space once you take out the rookies, money that we already had set aside for them. So still not a whole lot that we want to do here, but at least we have something, right? So we can try to do something in this free agency class. But I think we may wait till the draft because we still have 53 guys. So we'll take a look at the draft class and see where a lot of these guys are, especially now that we do have the combine grades. All right, guys, so I just went through and reorganized this draft board. So you can see we have a ton of guys who we're probably not going to get. The number one guy we have on our board is Harvey James. This guy is a beast, but of course, realistically, we're not going to get him. You see our draft picks to the left. We pick 30th in every round. We do have a pick in every round, but the 5th round we pick 5th. Then the 6th round we pick 22nd. So those are the only rounds that we don't pick 30th in. But a couple of guys that I do have my eye on, like I said, a couple of these guys up here that we're just probably not going to get. But JJ Thurman, he's 5'9", which scares me to death, right? I don't know what we want to do with the dude who is 5'9". But talent-wise, he has a lot of it, right? He has a B+ press. And you see his bench press was 21 reps. A B zone coverage and a B- awareness. He looks like he could be a pretty solid cornerback, more of a zone guy than a man-to-man guy, but we do run a lot of zone. Even though our scheme fit is man, we do run a lot of zone. So this could be a guy who we could potentially try to pick up. His height does scare me, but that is somebody that we do have in mind. Like I said, he's projected to go late first round. Will he be there at the end of the round? I'm not quite sure. We do have a pair of left tackles, right? In Terrell Wallace, who looks like he could be solid. We don't need him to play right away, so he has a lot of time to sit and really develop before he has to go out there. But he could be a solid guy that we could get now, who we could try to groom, right? Defensive tackle, we really don't need one of these guys either. But this guy is a beast. When you're talking about maybe just best available talent, Dylan Higgins is a guy who may be one of the best talents in this draft class that I've seen, right? Center is another position that we really don't need an upgrade right now, but he's just too good to not have up here on this list. Middle linebacker, I think we're fine with the middle linebacker spot, but once again, another guy who's just very good, but I doubt he'll fall to us in the draft. Now, somebody late who we could pick up, right? Ron Alston, mid-second rounder. Maybe we get him with our last pick in the first round. Has mid-first round talent. A free safety with A- hit power. The awareness is there. The pursuit is there. The speed, we're in the 4 or 5 flats. We're cool with that as well. He's the guy who we could realistically target with the 30th pick. I don't want to risk him falling into the second round, and I don't think we want to get him that late. But that's one guy who we could be looking at potentially there. And then we have a cornerback in Martavis Boss. If he falls, that could also be good. He's more of a man coverage guy. Runs a 4.35 40. Not quite there with the bench press, but he could be a solid guy who we could potentially get at the end of the first round. So those are the guys we're looking at really in the first round. You see we have a bunch of other guys here on the draft board. A couple of interesting guys. Cliff Zahn, a center. Maybe we could get him in the 3rd round just to be kind of safe. You see late 2nd round talent. I think we go ahead and take the plunge and get him there. Another guy, let's see if we can find him. Oh, okay, here we go. These 2 right tackles. So Roosevelt Roten and Travis Crosby, right? 6th round projection, mid-2nd round grade. B+ pass block. Everything looks solid to him. He didn't kill the combine, but his skills are very, very good to see. And then Travis Crosby did look a little bit better in the combine. Had 35 reps on bench, which is very solid. Another guy, early 7th rounder, late 2nd round grade. And then a quarterback maybe in the 6th round if he's available. I doubt he'll be there, just for a backup. We're not replacing, our quarterbacks right now, but just somebody who could be a backup potentially, who looks decent late in the draft. Those are the main guys that we're kind of focusing at for the draft. All right, so Drew Lock is still a free agent. He wants a crazy deal that we are not going to do. So we're going to go ahead and move all of this way. Oh, a 1-year deal, not a 5-year deal. So we're going to go ahead and move this down a lot. But we'll see if we can try to get Drew Lock potentially as a backup as well. I think that would be pretty good for us. So salary isn't that high. He's probably going to hate this offer, but he has no other offers at this point. So a 14-point deal for Drew Lock, man. We are extremely cheap, but he could potentially be a backup. There's tons of other guys out here also, so we're really not worried about getting a backup, but I just seen him out there and I was like, can I lowball him? I didn't know it'd be 14 points worth of a low ball, but it was. So other than that, guys, like I said, we have pretty much a full squad, so I don't think we're going to do much else in free agency. So we'll probably just go ahead and I'll let you know if we sign Drew Lock. I doubt it, but we'll probably at this point just head into the draft. All right, guys, so we are done with free agency. Like I said, really not much for us to really participate in. We didn't have a lot of money. We still need to get a kicker, so I did not forget. We'll get a kicker probably after the draft. We just want to see who else was out there. I wasn't going to bid on one of these guys. These are the top available free agents that are still out there. So you still have James White, Taywan Taylor, a couple of guys. Alice Collins is there, Ricky Seals-Jones. So a couple of guys, even TJ Yeldon, who we can now maybe try to bring back because he did play pretty well for us last year. Even John Ross, who has the speed, right? Just hasn't made everything else work. So a couple of guys out there. But as for who actually signed, you see, we were the only guy who gave a contract to Drew Lock. He still hasn't decided to sign or not. So league signings, Richard Sherman still staying in the Bay Area, just going to Oakland. They give him a deal. Marlon Mack going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got rid of Leonard Fournette. They bring in him. Cooper Kupp going to Pittsburgh. Tevin Coleman going to Tennessee. Leonard Fournette is going to play with the New England Patriots. You have Justin Houston, a couple of guys signing. So yes, Phillip Rivers did sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Evans is going to New England. Justin Coleman going to Oakland. So you see the top free agents right here. Nothing crazy shocking. Randy Gregory, the Giants. Andy Dalton is now the quarterback for the LA Chargers. So a couple of guys moving around here and there, but nothing really crazy that stands out to me. But we'll go ahead and hop in to the draft now. And this is where, our offseason is really going to come alive, hopefully, if we can have a pretty good draft. So we don't necessarily want to trade up. We really don't have a lot of pieces to move at this point to try to trade up with. But maybe Paul Richardson. That's somebody I have thought about potentially trying to trade. We'll pause this here and I can explain to you why. Or the first pick is Luke Castle. Okay, so 73 overall wide receiver is the first pick in the draft. So the reason why I'm thinking about potentially moving on from Paul Richardson, we have AJ Green for just one more season. I am aware of that. Paul Richardson, good guy. He's 6 foot, has the 93 speed. He's 29 years old. He has another year left on his deal. We do have Quincy Wembley. We have Trey Quinn, who I think could fill that slot spot. But we also have Terry McLaurin, who I think could fill that slot spot. And he's very, very similar to Paul Richardson, right? With the 93 speed, has even faster acceleration. Very, very similar. Younger, costs way less money. And I think we can get some type of value from Paul Richardson. So I think we may, at least I put him on the trade block. We didn't get any offers, but we'll go out there and just see if there's any teams that are interested and see if we get some draft picks maybe from Paul Richardson. Wow, so I offered Paul Richardson for a first round draft pick to the Jets, and it is right there. It's literally right there. So could we potentially move up and get a first round draft pick out of this? Let's see if we threw in maybe like a 5th round pick. Can that? Bam. So we trade Paul Richardson and a 5th round pick. We get an additional first round draft pick. So we have 2 first round draft picks, and that changes a lot of stuff because now we're going to pick at 22 and 30th in this draft. So that is very, very good for us. So look at the top 10 picks. Jerry McDougal, that's somebody who was on our list, is very good middle linebacker going to Miami. The Titans get a great free safety. The Giants get a great free safety, 78 overall. The Lions, 73 overall right in. So very good draft picks early on. A 76 overall middle linebacker. The Falcons will select the 73, so a lot of middle linebackers going early. A corner in Quentin Bernard. He's a 76 overall. Marvin Long. Let's look at the Chargers, 76 in the last pick before we just simmed. The 10th pick, the Ravens, 74 overall. So pretty good draft pick so far. Hopefully one of our guys could be up there. You see the Raiders got a 70 overall player. So let's look at our draft board, see who's still available, and basically all of our first rounders we had lined up are basically gone. So we have to now decide who will we pick up. But we take this opportunity to go after the Ron Alston. Let's look at just who's available, because there's still a ton of first round guys still available. So maybe we don't need to reach that early. But when it comes to our draft board, he is basically the top available guy, right? So this was a guy who had late second round talent at a left tackle, but I don't think we need to make that reach. This guy, Will Sampson, may be even better, right? And he's available. Maybe we go Will Sampson, then come back and go Ron Alston. And then at that point, we still need to get a cornerback, right? So Martavis Boss is a guy who we were interested in. Maybe we could try to trade back up, project to go early second round. This one's definitely tough. It's definitely tough. Let's see if we could potentially maybe trade down. But even then, it'll be extremely hard, because we'll be looking for like 2 early second round picks, and I don't think nobody really has that available. So really, it's just, do we go get a left tackle who's not going to play right now for us? But look how good he looks. This guy looks like he'll definitely replace Trent Williams, right? We'll do that. We'll go Will Sampson here, man. Probably against my better judgment. We're just going best available. His talent, we hope we do not miss. Talent-wise, he looks legit. Let's go after him. Normal development. 76 overall, though. 74 in our scheme. 22 years old. Left tackle, 7 in true talent. We'll take it, man. We'll definitely take that with our first round pick. The strength is there. The run blocking, pass blocking, can improve. The awareness isn't bad for a rookie. Sometimes you see these awareness for rookie linemen being absolutely terrible, and his injury doesn't look bad. So I don't think that was a terrible pick for us there at all. We'll live with that all day. And Ron Alston goes, right, 1 pick before he's available to us. So 75 overall. So our scouting was not wrong. That guy was going to be a beast. But now that would allow us probably to do what we should do. It's another good free safety right there in Carman, who I do like. But he's 5'9". He's 5'9". I'm going to keep saying that. He's 5'9". And Martavis Boss. He does run the 4.35 40. Oh, no, he's 6'1". So never mind. The other guy, I'm getting my cornerbacks mixed up. We don't even have the issue. This guy's 6'1". Wrong cornerback. I apologize. 23 years old. We're going to go here then. See if he could help us out. 71 overall. 28 in true talent. We got him 30th pick. So not bad when it comes to that. 95 speed. So we could work with that. We just need to improve his coverage, because that is terrible. Catching 66. So we get a speedster who just needs to learn how to cover at some point. But we need to help him in the secondary. He's not going to play right away, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and now go to our next second, or our actual only second round pick. See who's available off the draft board. This is basically what we're going off of really at this point. So we have James Porter, who's the top of our list right now when it comes to guys in the 3rd round, late 2nd round grade. Looks solid. Right tackle. Remember, but there's a bunch of right tackles late that I think, like Travis Crosby that we talked about, that I think we can go after. We're just looking for a backup right tackle. So really when it comes to this pick, it's either we go cornerback again, but I just don't think we should. We're going to go James Porter here. We're going to stick to our draft board. We're going to go James Porter. Hopefully he could be a 70 something. He's a 68 overall, 61 in true talent. We got him 62. So we still haven't reached yet, which is good. We haven't got any diamonds in the rough, but we're filling up this roster. All right, so round 3, 30th pick in round 3. Our draft board is definitely starting, you know, to dwindle down. This is basically all we have left. So we do have a cornerback right here who has early second round grade. Runs a 4.37. Want to go corner and hope he's a little bit better. 70 overall. So not necessarily, but 34 in true talent value. We got him 94. We can't complain. He has 93 speed. So we have 2 cornerbacks to really work with. His injuries are 85. That's a little, you know, you want that a little bit higher. But 2 cornerbacks, hopefully one of them could do, you know, the job at some points. None of them are going to start right away. But we're not going to complain there. Hopefully we could get one of these right tackles that could be a backup who I think are pretty good for us. So we're here 4th round. And we do pick, not back-to-back, but we do pick. Oh, we got rid of our 5th round pick, so never mind. We don't have that. So right tackle, we'll either go with this defensive tackle here, or we go ahead. There's only one of the right tackles left, so never mind. We're not even going to guess. We're going to go after Travis Crosby. He's the guy we had on the list, who we want from the jump. We're going to reach and get him here. Late second round grade, 68 overall, only 62 in the scheme. But what is he true value? 57. The strength is there. Run blocking, we definitely could improve on that, but we have a backup right tackle to Mo. So that is not bad, especially into the 4th round. We don't have a 5th rounder, so we're going to jump straight to the 6th rounder. I'm guessing at this point we're just probably not going to have. There's a 53 overall quarterback that just went. Wow. So probably nobody on the draft board. Nope, I'm wrong. We have 2 guys left on our draft board. So we can go after a backup right guard right here, or we could go after a quarterback. They're both late 7th rounders. So we'll just draft the quarterback here. Will Boyd. The A throw power, deep accuracy is a B, short accuracy B-. Comes back a 60 overall. So basically right with Minshew, right, when it comes to talent. 89 throw powers, accuracy isn't the greatest. We just don't need any type of injuries. We'll be fine at that spot. So our last pick in the draft, and is that guard there? No. So basically a blind pick. So I have a couple of guys who are projected, mostly wide receivers, man, projected way higher. These are the guys that we actually scouted. And I guess if we're going to take a blind pick, we might as well take a blind pick on one of these guys ranked higher. So wide receivers, we have McDaniel here, who ran a 4.59. He's 6'4". He has the size that I do like to see. We have another 6'4" wide receiver in McAllister, but he only ran a 4.69. We have another one. So we're going to just go top available. Edward McDaniel. He's probably never going to play for us, but 56 overall. Ooh. He was projected to go in the 3rd round. That's the reason why everybody skipped him. Not good at all. But that is going to be our draft. So I don't think it was the greatest, but I don't think it was bad. I think we had a lot of solid picks, right? So our guys, so you're looking at a 76, great pick, 71, 68, 70, 68. Then it goes in 60 and 50 and 56. So Will Sampson, I think, is going to be a very, very good left tackle for us in the future. So I'm very, very happy with that pick. Even though we had to give up Paul Richardson for it, I'm happy with that pick. You need that left tackle to be solid for you. And I think we got a good left tackle there. Cornerback, we went Martavis Boss, 71 overall, which isn't terrible, right? But he's 23 years old. James Porter, 22-year-old guy, 68 overall. So nobody who I think is going to be difference makers in year one. But just building the foundation, I like Will Sampson a lot. I'm going to keep saying that because I really do like him a lot. Let's just look at the whole draft. Really see who's out there in terms of highest overall guys. Harvey James, the guy we had on our board. Remember, obviously he went third. 13th pick, right tackle. Dylan Higgins, we talked about him just being good even though we didn't need a guy. 78 overall with the hidden development. So man, Dylan Higgins is going to be that guy for who? The Baltimore Ravens. We're right there with Will Sampson, so we're not complaining about that one at all. Quentin Bernard, cornerback, man, hidden development going to the New England Patriots. Let's see where Ron Austin was, somebody we thought about. Normal development, but 75 overall guy. He's going to Cleveland, 90 speed. His coverage isn't the greatest, but I think that's a very solid. JJ Thurman, that's another guy we had on the list. He's the 5'9" guy, and look at this. He was hidden development, so he's going to be solid, right? 90 speed, 94 acceleration, zone coverage already a 77. His press was an 80. That's I mean, he looks catching a 70. He looks very, very good. He's just what 5'9", right? Yeah, he's just 5'9", which was the issue. But 16, so we didn't have a shot at him either. He went before we had that chance to get him. Glenn Greer, a wide receiver. So overall, this was the #1 pick in the draft. Hidden developments. Ooh, not a physical wide receiver, only 60, but a deep threat, 94 speed. It's the #1 guy. He has the development there. He just doesn't look terribly great to me. The #2 pick in Jerry McDougal, the guy we did have on our list as well. He looks very solid. We're pretty good at the linebacker spot. So these are basically the draft picks. Like I said, wasn't a terrible draft. Wasn't the greatest draft in the world. But we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. So let's go ahead. Maybe sign a couple of free agents that will end this video right here. So a couple of guys coming back. Reuben Foster, Trey Waynes coming back from injury. We already have 59 players on the roster. We should have money now to go and get some people. So before we do that, I want to make sure. I don't think we have a kicker. So I want to make sure we get one. I want to make sure we don't have another one that I'm not aware of. So no, we do need to go get a field goal kicker. So we'll do that first. We have the money. Just who has the strongest leg? So two guys, 96 kick power. You have a couple more accurate guys below. Maybe Cody Parkey is probably our best bet. 94 kick power, has a 71 accuracy. So let's go ahead and get Parkey on a 1-year deal. We have cap space, so this is our time. This is our moment to go and get some guys. So Drew Lock didn't want to sign the first time. He's going to sign now, a 1-year deal. No bonus, no guaranteed money. We'll see how you perform while you're out there. James White being out there, we just really don't need one at all. See if anybody else that we like could have dropped. I think we could be okay with the running back spot. So tight end, I do want to get another backup. Not going to play, of course, but just in case, right? Just in case something does happen. You have Demetrius Harris. What does he have? 74 catching. We have a guy right here, 82 speed, Jordan Leggett, right? We'll go ahead and sign him then to a deal. Yes, we'll let Greg Olsen sit. Any outside linebackers that can help us. Shane Ray is available, so maybe we could go and try to get a guy like that. We do have Griffin who's out there as well. So let's go after Shane Ray. Let's bring him in. 1-year deal, of course. No guaranteed money. Any backup middle linebackers? Let's go after Nicholas Morrow from the Raiders. Let's pick him up on a non-guaranteed deal. Just a lot of guys who we're bringing into camp. And we'll figure out who we want to keep, who's going to stick, who's not. Cornerbacks, Jalen Mills is there. Maybe we could bring him in from Philly. Let's bring in Jalen Mills. Let's see what his coverage is. 75 man zone. Yeah, so we'll bring him in, see what he could do as well, just to see if we want to change our guys. But that's probably it. I don't think we have a very good punter, but I think that's where we'll end this one, guys. So we have 65 players going into camp. We could, of course, add some different guys at some point. But this is basically what we are looking at. We'll adjust the depth chart and all that stuff in the next episode. But we have AJ Green, who's still out there. We have Quincy Wembley, Dwayne Haskins. Then the quarterback position, we have 4 quarterbacks now on the roster. We'll see who we want to keep, who we want to put on practice squad, all that good stuff. Derrius Guice being an X-Factor guy. Hopefully Derrius Guice could stay healthy. That is just his biggest issue. And he has 93 injury. But he gets hurt all the time. So hopefully, though, that's in the past. He could come in with a 90 speed, the 92 trucking. He gets one upgrade, like I said, and then he gets his bulldozer ability, and he's halfway there. So defensive-wise, defensive line still looks solid. We brought in Shane Ray to back up Ryan Kerrigan. But other than that, Sean Dion Hamilton is now, 25 years old, so still pretty young, has the star development. Hopefully he has another solid season. And then we have 3 guys now at free safety spot. Then our cornerbacks are, questionable and our weak link as always. But that is our off season. You guys let me know where we made mistakes, how we can improve. We'll look at the trade block just in case you guys see anybody. Nobody stood out to me, but just in case you guys see any top guy who we could try to possibly go after. But you guys let me know also in the comment section below where, could we improve? Where do we miss? Some of the high points of this off season. It wasn't flashy. It definitely wasn't flashy. We didn't have a ton of money. But hopefully that could change a little bit next season as well. Have some guys coming off the books, but we also have to pay Derrius Guice. So maybe that doesn't, actually happen. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on our off season. Talent wise, like I said, we have a talented team. See the 79 overall, 83 offense, 81 defense. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay this year. But you guys let me know. I keep saying it in the comment section below how you guys think the offseason went. If you guys are enjoying this and you're ready for season 3 to get started, please go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get through as many of these seasons as possible. We're already starting off season 3, so we're definitely making great progress thus far. But that's all I have for this episode. It's your boy D Lloyd. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.